Things I've noticed that I've learned a lot about is, the head stalls and the proper way to adjust the head stall, and where, like on a quick stop, where the metal portion should apply the pressure, under the chin. I think some of the mistakes I made was it fit in properly, and the metal piece would either be too high and not apply the proper pressure on the horse, and that was defeating the purpose. And then with the saddle, I learned so much about the pads being in the wrong place, and I would have my pad too far under the saddle, and when the horse stopped, I found out that the saddle was actually pinching the horse and distracting the horse. So I've learned a lot about the pad being in the proper place, and after I ride, to stop and check that and make sure it's sticking past the edge of the saddle, and not too much past, because there, when they bunch up, then the back of the saddle bites in. So what Leon has taught me, that it's very important to protect that horse's back and where that pad should be. And then as far as the cinching of the horse, one habit I had when I came here was to cinch him in two. And I basically would just cinch my horse all the way up so tight that it was too tight on the horse. And I've learned that you don't have to cinch the horse in two. There's a proper place for it to where your saddle won't move, and without just taking the wind out of the horse. And then another thing I learned was the back gird. It was always too loose. And when I was getting those hard stops, as I got better with better horses, then the back of the saddle was coming up, and that was allowing it to also pinch the horse. So he taught me to warm the horse up with a fairly loose back gird, and then when I get ready to cut, then I should get everything ready and adjusted properly when I go into that pen. And then another habit I think I've developed here for the sake of my horse is, after I cut, my horse is tired and winded, then I loosen things back to where the horse can breathe and relax, and then let my horse be able to walk around and rest without everything being cinched up on him. So there's a lot that I'm still learning about tacking a horse, proper bits, what the bit does, how much pressure to apply. That was a problem I had. I think I would have too much bit in the horse's mouth, and I was wondering why my horse was all high-headed. Not necessarily that I was snatching, but I was putting too much pressure on that bit and applying too much pressure on that horse. And Leon taught me with the different bit, you ride differently with your hand again as to how much pressure you apply to that bit or to that gear you got on that horse's head. So it's been a learning experience for me. I'm still learning, and Leon's still patient enough to teach me, so I'm going to stay with it.